Hello students, welcome. My name is Mrs. Mercado and I am going to be your instructor for fall 2019. This is a course orientation for all of my online classes that I am going to be teaching in the fall. Okay, so the orientation is geared towards helping students understand how to navigate my Blackboard as well as Cengage. Okay, I am not going to be covering the content of the course. This is more of helping you set up and becoming familiar with how to navigate my course. Okay, so if you're taking any of my courses for the fall, this is the for my online courses for the fall, this is the orientation you should be listening to. Okay, now during the fall semester, I will be teaching various sections of online courses that include Accounting 1303. This is Introduction to Accounting 1, Accounting 1329, Payroll and Business Tax Accounting, Accounting 2401, Principles of Financial Accounting, Accounting 2402, Principles of Managerial Accounting. Okay, so if you're taking any of these courses online with me, this is the orientation that is going to help guide you as to how to navigate through Blackboard and Cengage. Okay, now Blackboard is the software or the platform that we utilize in STC to communicate with our students. What I have done is I have gotten Blackboard and I have linked a separate platform which is called SingGage, which is where we're going to be completing our assignments. Okay, so in order for you to get to the SingGage platform, you have to first log into Blackboard, and I'm going to show you the logistics of all of that in this short orientation. Okay, now the orientation is going to cover two areas. The first one is Blackboard. We're going to go over the layout of Blackboard, the Start Here module, the course content, messages, announcements, and the gradebook. In Cengage, we're going to go over what is Cengage, how to create an account in Cengage, how to access Cengage, the assignments, the gradebook, and a variety of resources available in Cengage. Okay. Now, before I get started, I do want to provide you with a little bit of background about myself. I've included a picture in case you see me out in the hallways, you say hi to me. That would be amazing. Okay, so I've been a full-time instructor here at South Texas College since fall 2014. I never imagined myself being an instructor, but due to a turn of events, I'm here and I'm loving it, and I don't see myself doing anything else than teaching in my near future. I have really enjoyed it. Just like you, I started my educational career here in South Texas College. Back in May of 2001, I completed my accounting clerk certificate from STC. I continued with my education, and in 2004, I completed my Associates of Arts in Business Administration. At that point, STC was not offering any bachelor's programs, so I didn't have any other options but to transition over to the University of Texas Pan American, where in December of 2006, I completed my bachelor's in accounting, and I continued part-time with my school. And in December of 2013, I completed my master's in accountancy. Now, throughout all of this time of me going to school, whether it be at STC or at UTRGV, I was working. I've always had to work to be able to pay my bills, to sustain myself and my family. Okay? So I do know how it feels to have to juggle work responsibilities and school responsibilities, but I also do know that it is not impossible if we stay organized and we stay focused. Okay, so yes, I am an instructor, but I did not go to school to be a teacher or an accounting instructor. I went to school to be an accountant. Okay, I do have over 13 years of experience, specifically in the banking sector. Okay, I did used to be a manager for a $2.3 billion bank. I used to take care of all of their accounting responsibilities, of hiring, of firing, of promoting, of doing financial statements, budgets, a lot of analysis, reconciliations, the works. Okay, pay taxes, depreciation of assets. So I do have experience working. I also worked at a maquiladora before that. So I do have a work experience. I can relate to you as to what the industry is in need of. How I train my employees. Some of my employees might have gone to school, but it's very different when you actually go or enter into the workforce, because every job that you go to is different. They do things differently. Okay, but I do have the experience. I'm very grateful that I'm here. when I left the bank that I was working for, I had already reached, I was a vice president, I was an officer, I was an operations project manager. I had transitioned from accounting to operations because I wanted to learn. I didn't want to be restricted just to accounting. I wanted to learn the whole organizational structure. So I was really enjoying my time in banking. But for personal reasons, I transitioned out of banking and I landed here at STC, and it was one of the best decisions of my life. Because I transitioned over to STC, I've had the opportunity and the privilege of being able to continue with my education. Okay. Currently, I am a full-time student. I am working on my PhD from North Central University, and I am pursuing my Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration with specialization in organizational leadership. Okay. I am very happy and I'm very proud of my accomplishments this far. I've already completed all of my coursework. I've already gotten my Chapter 1 and my Chapter 2 of my dissertation approved. I'm almost in the finish line. I still have a little bit of work to do, but I can see the finish line for me to complete my PhD. Okay? So having said that, I just want to encourage all of you not to give up. Continue with your education. Okay? I'm a student just like you that started from the bottom. I am an immigrant. I was born in Reynosa. I come from Mexico. I was the first one in my family to go to college. I come from a very poor background. We didn't have any money. It was difficult and challenging for us as I was growing up, and that motivated me to want to learn, go to school, so I could provide a better future for my family. And it has worked out excellent. So if you're here for yourself, for the well-being of your families, do not give up. It might be challenging, but it's not impossible. Okay? So I'm here to help you, and as much as I can, please, if you have any questions, never hesitate to reach out to me. I am available to answer any questions you might have. If I don't have the answer, I'll let you know and I'll get back with you. Okay? I'll do some research and I'll get back with you. But talk to me, okay? If you have questions, if you are having any difficulties with the class, you're not understanding something, don't stay quiet. Let me know so we can work something out and we can finish this course that you are taking successfully. Okay? So, like I said before, if you have any questions, contact me. I have this open door policy. I don't want to intimidate my students. I want to have that friendly relationship with my students to where they feel comfortable coming to me. Okay? The best way to communicate with me is via Blackboard Messages, and I'll show you in a bit how to do that. I do have office hours. My office is in Star Campus. My office is in Building E, room 2.626. I do have office hours Tuesdays and Thursdays only. So if you do need to talk to me by phone, that will be the time that you would have available to call me up or come visit me. So Tuesdays and Thursdays I'm in my office from 7:30 to 8 a.m. and from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Okay? So you have an hour early in the morning and then 2 hours from 10 to 12 midday. Okay? If you have a question any other time and I'm not available in my office, these are the only 2 days I go to my office, just send me a Blackboard message or an email and I'll get back with you. Okay? I check both my Blackboard messages and my emails daily. Just make sure that you do put your name and what class you're from. I'm teaching 6 different classes, so it can become a little bit confusing as to what class you're in. So I can be able to help you faster, okay? Just let me know, okay, miss, I'm, Maria Cantu, and I'm taking your accounting 2401. Okay, that way I know, okay, this is the class that she's working on, so I can align myself with what your questions are. I highly encourage and promote that my students stay organized. Please have a folder or a binder with all of my class materials. It'll help you prepare for your test. It'll help you stay organized. It'll help you ensure that you meet deadlines, okay? So the first thing that you should put into that folder is your syllabus. And then as you're completing your quizzes and your homeworks, I encourage that you print them out. That way you will have them readily available so you can study and prepare for your test. Okay? I do not grant extensions on your homework or your quizzes. All of the deadlines for all of your assignments are clearly stated on your syllabus. Okay? Unless you have some kind of an emergency that you have communicated with me, I will do an exemption. and I will provide an extension and we can work things out, but it's only on an emergency student-based exception here. Okay, it's not applying to everybody. The student needs to communicate with me what the problem is, we discuss, and we create a game plan to be able to keep you on track. Okay, but for the most part, I don't grant extensions or makeups for missed assignments. It is your responsibility to stay on top of things. Okay, so I am looking forward to an amazing fall 2019. I wish all of you the best of luck in my course. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to transition to my Blackboard. Okay, so let me exit out of here and we're going to go into Blackboard. Now, I don't know if you all are familiar, but in order to be able to access your Blackboard, you have to go to the South Texas College EDU webpage. So you log into the South Texas College EDU webpage. On the top right corner, you're going to have a Blackboard button. Okay. If you select that button, you're going to be redirected to a login page. Okay. So where you're going to enter your username and your password. Okay. Now this should have been provided to you by the Office of Admissions when you registered for the course or the semester. If you don't have that information, make sure you get with them. That way they can provide you that information. I unfortunately don't have that information. Okay. Once you have your username and your password, you enter it and you log in. Okay. When you log in, you're going to see a list of classes. Now what you see here on the screen, these are the classes that I am going to be teaching. I am teaching 6 classes. Okay? What you're going to see on your end are the classes that you're taking. Okay? So, what you're going to do is you're going to find my class in your list and you're going to select it. That is going to take you into my course. Okay? Now, right now, for purposes of this orientation, it doesn't matter what class I choose. All of my classes are structured the same way. Okay? So, I'm just going to choose a class. Let's choose this one. Just so we can go over the structure. Like I said, whether you're taking 1303, 1329, 2401, or 2402, I've structured all of my classes the same way. So you'll basically be seeing very similar information with the exception of the title of the course and so on. Okay. What you're going to see first is just my general information, how you can contact me, my office hours. We've already gone over that. Below that, you're going to have a course introduction, which is basically what this course is about. Okay, make sure you read that information. Below that, you have the course orientation, which is what you're listening to right now. Okay, I highly encourage that you listen to the entire orientation. That way you can become familiar with how my course is structured. Okay. Below that, you're going to have some essential course information. Okay, if you go into that folder, you're going to have information about myself. Now, I'm not going to read through this, okay? You're on your own to read. I'm just letting you know what you'll find in each of the folders. Okay? Take time. All of the information within the Start Here module shouldn't take you but maybe an hour 30 minutes to read over it. I encourage that you read through it because then 5-6 weeks down the line something happens, I was not aware. Well, I did provide to you all that information from week number 1. If you missed it, you skipped it, that's on you. So please take that hour and a half to go over all of this information. So you're going to have your Meet My Instructor information. You're going to find the course objectives and the program objectives depending on the course. This is basically what we are required to cover within the semester. This is what the state wants you, the student, to know or be very familiar with when you leave the class. Okay? Then we have the course structure. Now, for my online classes, all of my courses are structured the same way. We run on a weekly course calendar. The week starts on a Monday and ends on a Sunday. Usually, all of the assignments, with the exception of some projects and some tests, will be due on Sunday. Okay? So for the most part, when we're covering a normal chapter, the chapter is going to open on a Monday and it's going to end on Sunday at 11 p.m. Please do not leave your assignments for Sunday at 11 p.m. You will not get to finish them. Please allocate sufficient time during the week, even if it's 30 minutes, 45 minutes a day, to work on your assignments. Okay? That way by Sunday, maybe you'll be done and you can enjoy your weekend or work on other classes or whatever the case might be. Okay? But every day, assign yourself 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour to work on the class assignments. Okay? When you're working on your assignments, it is very important that reading occurs first. You should not attempt your assignments without reading the chapter. So the first thing you do, you read the chapter. Second thing you do is you review the PowerPoints that I am providing to you in each of the weekly modules. Okay? Print those out, use them to take notes. Once you have read the chapter and reviewed the PowerPoints, you can start working on your weekly assignments. And your weekly assignments will, for the most part, include a quiz and a homework. Okay? In some weeks, you might have some additional projects, but for the most part, for sure, you're going to have a homework and a quiz. For each homework and your quiz, you're going to have 2 tries. Okay? I always keep the highest grade earned. Okay? Your homework, you have unlimited time to complete your homework. You can take as long as you can. You get to save your work and resume it at a later point in time. Now your quizzes are timed. You are giving a predetermined amount of time and you must complete the quiz within that time. Okay? So that is the difference between a homework and a quiz. Now the homework is application based. You are problem solving. You are doing actual problems. The quizzes are more terminology based, okay? More concept based, okay? They're more simple, okay? But the quizzes help you assess your understanding in the content, okay? So you have your homework, you have your quizzes. Depending on the class that you're taking, you might have some projects. All of these assignments will be on Blackboard, on Cengage. You're going to have your test on Cengage as well. For your test, guess what? Yes, I'm a very nice teacher. You will also have 2 tries on your test, okay? For your test, you're going to have 180 minutes, which is 3 hours to complete your test. Regardless of the class that you're taking with me, I'm giving you 3 hours. So you have 3 hours to take the test, 2 tries, and I always keep the highest grade earned. I provide you with a review. I let you know exactly what to study for. Okay? So you have no surprises. Okay? If I tell you study this, it's because you're going to see it on your test. Okay? So, depending on the class that you're taking, there's going to be a variety of assignments. Okay? All of that information is clearly outlined in your course requirements. Please read through all of that information carefully. Below that, you're going to have your textbook information, the textbook that we're going to be using for the course. Depending on the class that you're taking, is the textbook information that you're going to see. Okay. Now, Cengage offers this Cengage Unlimited bundle. For $119.99, you have unlimited access to all of the resources for as many classes as you want for $119.99 a semester. This is the option that I recommend students to choose. You not only get access to the platform, you also get access to the electronic book. Okay, so you have access to your book anywhere you want, either in a computer, a laptop, your phone, whatever the case might be. So it's awesome. If you're one of those students like myself that needs to have a tangible book in their hands, you have the option of getting a rental for only $7.99 a semester, which is amazing. Okay? So go over the information. This is the textbook information that you're going to be needing. And the following is just guide and etiquette, how to communicate online. And then if you have any technical support, I've provided you with the student services and technical support contact information. That way you can reach them. So just make sure that you read all of this information. If we go back to the Start Here module, the next folder you're going to have your syllabus and your schedule. Okay? I've included the syllabus in document format and PDF format. Whatever you choose, it's the same information. Okay? I am not going to go over the syllabus. I do expect you to print it out and read it. Okay? It is very important that you read your syllabus. It has very important information. It has my chair's contact information, my contact information, what we're going to be learning in the course, the textbook information, the grading criteria. Now, depending on the class that you're taking, it will be a different grading criteria. What I can tell you is all of my classes, we follow a 1,000 point scale system. Okay? So, I've distributed 1,000 points in all of your assignments for the semester. Okay? So, by the end of the semester, the maximum number of points that you could have earned is 1,000. If you earn between 0 points to 599 points, you're going to get an F. If you earn between 600 points to 699, you're going to get a D. 700 to 799 points, a C. 800 points to 899 points, a B. And if you earn between 900 and 1,000 points, you're going to get an A. Okay? So at any point in time, you know exactly how many points you have, how many points you need to get that A or that B or whatever grade that you're aiming for. Okay? Like I previously stated, I do not provide extensions or makeups unless there is some kind of an emergency. If there is some kind of an emergency, you, the student, needs to initiate communication with me, the instructor, to let me know what's going on so we can set up a plan so you can complete your assignments timely. I highly encourage that you log in into Blackboard on a daily basis just to review if I've posted any announcements or any information. Okay? If for whatever reason you feel you're not performing as you wanted, or something happened in your life, maybe you got another job, or something happened, and you're not, putting in the time in the course, or you don't have, you're not performing as you expected, it is the student's responsibility to complete the withdrawal process. I do not withdraw students. Okay? Students, if they feel that they're not passing, or they're not participating, or they've had some sort of an emergency, it is the student's responsibility to withdraw from the course. Okay? Now, this is an online class, so I don't get to see you face to face and take a roster and attendance. My attendance is based on participation. How? In the completion of your assignments. If you complete your assignments, you're participating, your attendance is on point. If you're not, then we've got an issue here. Okay? Now, I am not a babysitter. You know exactly what needs to happen every week. I post announcements, usually on a Monday, reminding students. It is a student's responsibility to keep up with your assignments. Okay? If you're not going to participate, then I recommend that you drop from the course. Failure to drop by the due date will result in you earning the grade that you've gotten for the class. And that can be an F, and that can affect your GPA. So it's very important that you assess your standing in the course and make that decision. Okay, this is just some general information. I'll read through it. If you have any kind of disability or need any accommodations, please read through this information and contact me. That way we can coordinate and make sure that we abide by all of these statutes here, and we work with you to accommodate all of your needs. Okay. So the course structure, I already covered all of this. This is basically on a weekly calendar. Read all of your information on the assignments that are pertinent to each of your classes. I've already gone over all of this. This is just some Q&As. This is some questions some students usually ask me all the time, so I decided to put them here. Now, excuse me. I will touch up on one thing, okay? My availability. I'm available Monday through Friday, okay? I respond to student emails, to students' Blackboard messages, to student phone calls, Monday through Friday, okay? If you have any kind of a question, you can come visit me, call me, or message me Monday through Friday. The latest that I will answer any questions is on Friday at 5 p.m. If you send me any messages after 5 p.m., those questions will not be answered till the following Monday. Okay? So anything received past 5 p.m. on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday will not be answered until the following Monday. Okay? So please keep that in mind. That way you get to work through your assignments during the week. You get those questions to me, and I can get those questions answered to you by Friday at 5 p.m. Okay? That's very important. Okay? Make sure that you do know my availability. I tend to respond fairly quickly to all of my inquiries, but I also need my weekend because, like I mentioned before, I am a student, and I usually use my weekend to do my homework. So that's my time. So I've limited my communication with my students just Monday through Friday. Okay? So just read through all of this information. If you have any questions, need any clarification, please let me know. Okay? I don't tolerate any students cheating. Please make sure that you are completing your work. It's very difficult for me to monitor what you're doing because you're at home, at a library. But if I identify or I am being informed that you are cheating, the pertinent investigations will be done and you will be reported, and that can cause you to be expelled from the college. Okay? We're here to learn. Let's do that. Let's learn. And I'm here to provide you as much support as I can. So if you have questions, do not hesitate to contact me. There is no need to cheat. When you go out there into the real world, you will have to do the job. You're not going to have anybody else there with you. So let's learn so we can be able to succeed in our careers. Okay, now I'm getting to the cream of the crop of the syllabus. Every syllabus, at the end of the syllabus, you're going to have a schedule, which is what you see here. Okay? Every week, you're going to know exactly what needs to be completed. This is why I'm asking you to print out your syllabus. That way you know exactly what assignments need to be completed and by when. So here you have your what you need to complete for week 1, week 2, week 3. If there's any holidays or any important announcements, I've included them here as well. Please read your syllabus. Please print it out. Okay? So this is how your syllabus is going to look. I've included what you need to do. You need to read the chapter, review the PowerPoints. After you've done these two, then you can work on your assignments. Okay? Also, at the end of your syllabus, I've included a grading point system. Like I mentioned before, each of our classes is based on a 1,000 point scale. Okay? So that way you know between week 1 through 16, how much are my assignments worth? Each of my assignments, how many points can I earn this week? Okay? So that way you know and you can keep track and you make sure that you complete all of your assignments. Now, completing your assignments is very important. Okay? If you do not complete your assignments in SingGage, you are not going to get the solutions to the problems. Okay? The only time you are going to receive the solutions to your homework or your quizzes is if you attempted them. Okay? So it's very important that you attempt every single assignment. I've had students call me, hey miss, I forgot to do chapter 2, 3, and 4 homework. Now I need to review for the test, but I can't. No, you can't. You didn't attempt them. The system is not going to give you an answer for them. Okay? You need to attempt the problems, the questions, and your homework and the quiz to be able to receive feedback from the system. Okay? So this is your syllabus. Below that, you're going to have the schedule that tells you exactly what we're going to be covering each week. Below that, you're going to have the exam information, the chapters that are going to be covered, the time that you have available, the dates, and where you're going to be taking your test. This is an online class. You're going to be taking your test online. Okay? You're going to have your grading criteria and your grade calculation down here. Okay? So make sure that you just review all of this. Okay? The next folder we have the student technical resources and support. This is just some general phone numbers and links in case you are having problems with Blackboard or you need to contact any of the departments with an STC. I've just included that in there for reference. Okay. Now, this is very important information. I wish I could show you how to create an account in SingGage, but I can't because I have instructor access and I've already have my user and my password set up. So I cannot show you what you're going to be seeing because it's completely different for the teacher than for the student. But I have included a user guide here in Blackboard. I recommend that you print it out. It's just a 2-pager. And it shows you how to get started, how to enable your pop-ups. Okay, so you're going to log it into Blackboard. You're going to find the link, and I'll show you that in a minute. The link that you need to choose to go into SingGage. You have to enable your pop-ups. That way the system will allow the computer to navigate out of Blackboard and into SingGage. And then you're going to link your account from Blackboard to SingGage. You're going to create the account. You're going to pay. And you're going to request if you want the additional textbook options. Okay? So this is very useful for when we're doing that step to creating your account, because I can't show you that because unfortunately I have different access. If when you're creating your account you're having issues, we have Cengage technical support phone number here, or you can chat with a representative. So we've got the resources to cover you and help you out here. Okay, so that is available to you. And then this other flyer is just general information about the pricing for Syngage and the options that they have available. So you can purchase one semester for $119.99, a year for $179.99, or 2 years for $239.99. Okay, so this is just general overview. Okay, we also have some videos here. Okay, if you're having issues, this particular video explains why unlimited, what is unlimited, and then this video right here shows you the registration process. Okay, so I highly encourage that you listen and view all of these videos.
It's the beginning of the term, and you need to access your course materials. So let's get to it. First, you'll need to go to your campus
supervise
learning
you
management
step by
system.
step.
It could be Blackboard.
So I'm exiting there. But just know that this video is available to you to help and guide you to register and log in into Syngage. Okay? Okay. Let me see. So I think that is all of the information under the start here. Okay? Now below that, you're going to have a link that has this blue circular motion thing going on here. Anytime you see a blue, this blue icon, what that tells you is if you click on it, you're going to be taken out of Blackboard and you're going to be redirected into Syngage. Okay? So by you clicking this button, it's going to send you to Syngage. Okay? Now the first time that you click this button, you need to enable your pop-ups. Okay? To me it works because I've already enabled my pop-ups in my computer, but you will have to enable your pop-ups in your computer so the computer or the system can redirect you outside into Syngage. I'm going to skip this for a little bit because I'm going to go over some other areas of Blackboard. Okay, so once you've completed going over all of the information under the start here, we can go under course content. Now it looks very different from me to you because I am the teacher, but what you'll be seeing week 1 is just one folder. So you're going to have one folder, and every week after that a new folder is going to pop up, okay, with information. So if you select week 1, it's going to open up and it's going to give you an overview of the chapter that we're covering that particular week. What you need to do? Well, I need to read my chapter 15 and I need to review my chapter 15 PowerPoints. You can click there and you can download the PowerPoints. After I'm done reading and reviewing my PowerPoints, I can start working on my assignments. Okay? I'm going to work on my chapter 15 homework and my chapter 15 quiz. And these assignments are due by September the 1st. Okay? Now, how do I get to my homework? Well, we have a button here that says Cengage Login or Assignments, depending on the course. If you click on it, you're going to have a whole bunch of links. So when you're getting ready to finish or take your quiz, you can just click on the chapter 15 quiz and you'll be redirected into your quiz. Okay? So it'll take you to the assignment that you have to complete, and then you can start the assignment. Okay? So if you know that you have to complete chapter 15 quiz, chapter 15 homework, just go to your Cengage assignments and you find them here, and the link will take you directly to them. Okay? So that is what's going to happen every week. Every week you're going to get a new folder, and it's going to be the same thing. An overview, the activities that you need to perform, and then the assignments that you have to complete. Okay, I'm just going to show you another week. Let's do week 12. Okay, so week 12 you're going to have an overview of the chapter, the activities, and the assignments that you have to complete. Very similar, nothing changes. The only thing that's changing is the content. So every week you're going to have a new folder pop up with information that should be aligned to your syllabus. So I would always have my syllabus handy, that way I know that during this week I should be covering this chapter. If something doesn't look right, reach out to me. Okay? Now, I don't do discussions in my class. I do post announcements. Right now I don't have any announcements posted, but what happens is usually at the beginning of each week, I'll post an announcement, just sending an overview of what needs to be covered for that particular week. Just a reminder of the assignments that need to be completed, any important information that I feel I should share with you. I post it under the announcement. So make sure that you do check your announcements so you can review the information that I post on a weekly basis. Okay? Blackboard messages. This is how I prefer students communicate with me. If you need to contact me, you just create a message. You can use this to communicate with myself or with your classmates. Okay? You just find the person's name, you put the little arrow, move it over, and then you just type your message. Okay? You can just put a question, chapter 2. Okay? Whatever the case might be, and then you just type your question here. Okay? You can just type your question and then just submit. Okay? When you're sending me a question, make sure that you let me know the problem that you're working on, and I want to see your attempted solution. I want to see what you're doing so I can correct you, or I can provide guidance. I am not just simply going to give you the answer. I want to see, okay, does the student understand what they're doing? You know, have they referred to the textbook? Have they read the chapter? You know, what's going on here? So I can provide the necessary support and guidance. Okay? I don't accept the question, Miss, I don't understand anything. Okay? Because that tells me you have done nothing. Okay? So make sure that you do read, you review your PowerPoint so you can have knowledge as to what we're covering for that particular week. But if you need to communicate with me, this is what I prefer, a Blackboard message. Why? Number one, all of the information is saved in Blackboard. Number two, I know that you are in my class for this particular course. So it becomes very easy for me to identify you in my class. Okay? The next thing I'm going to show you is my grades. Okay? Your grade book is going to look a little bit like this. It's going to have all of your assignments, and once you start completing them, the grades are going to start populating here. Okay? Your points. Okay? And then the total points are going to be given. Okay? Right now, I haven't completed any assignments, so I have 0. But as the semester progresses, you're going to see these numbers continue to increase based on your participation in class. Okay? Towards the end of the semester, we're going to be doing a course evaluation. This is the link to completing it. And I've already gone over the Cengage login assignments. Okay? From this module here, you can log into the course. This is the first one that I have here. You can Mind tab, you can access the electronic book. You can contact technical support for Syngage. This is a companion site. It basically has additional resources for you. So you can't break anything. Just click on these buttons, become familiar to what they are. Now the bottom ones are your assignments. When you're getting ready to complete your assignments, then you just click on the assignment and the link will redirect you to your assignment. Okay? So this is the end of Blackboard. Okay? Review all of the information, click on the buttons, become familiar, and I cannot stress it enough, please read and print your syllabus. Okay? So now we're going to move out of here and we're going to go into Syngage. Now, remember, the first time that you go to Syngage, you're going to go to Syngage by clicking this button right here. The first time that you go to Syngage, you have to enable the pop-ups. Now, depending on the computer that you're using, for example, mine, if you look up here, I have a little lock. If you click on it, I've got a button here that says pop-ups and redirects. I've allowed it. Okay? So make sure that you review your pop-ups and you allow your pop-ups to happen. If this is not selected to allow it, the system will not allow you to go to Syngage. So make sure that on your security, your pop-ups are available. Okay, so that's just for security purposes. So the first step is to enable your pop-ups, which I've already done here. Once you've done that, then you click the link, and then it's going to take you. Wait, let me do it again because I want to do it in student view. Okay, that way I see what the student would see. Okay. So once you click the link, it's going to launch, and it's going to take you out into Cengage. Okay, it's loading. Now, when you're using Syngage, the preferred method or the preferred source to use is whether it be Firefox, Chrome, or Mozilla. Okay, do not use Internet Explorer. Okay, usually students have problems when they use Internet Explorer. Okay, now this is where I'm telling you that I do not get the same option as you because I'm an instructor and the computer already knows that I have my access set up. Okay, but when you click the button for the first time, you will be requested to create an account with Cengage or to log in with your existing account if you've used Cengage in the past. Okay, so that will be a step that you're gonna have that I don't see here. Okay, after you do that, you get several options. If you purchase an access code from the bookstore, you get to click this button, and it's gonna ask you to register your code. It's gonna ask you here, enter your access code. Okay. If I want to buy my Cengage Unlimited online, okay, you can just do the buy button, and it's gonna ask you, okay, which one do you want to buy? Well, I want to buy my one term. I'm gonna add to the cart. Okay. And then it's going to take you to a web page where you're going to have to log in. Okay? And here is where you're going to either log in. If you already have an existing account, you're going to log in here, or you can create an account. Okay? If you're going to create an account, let me see if it loads. It is not loading. I don't know if it's because I logged out today. I don't know if it's because of my student view that I have. Let me see. Let me try it again. Okay, be patient with me. Okay, let's see what happens. So if it doesn't work for me, it's probably because of my access. I don't have student access. I have instructor access, but at least you've seen how you would do it. Okay, so we've already did the register and access code. If you have that, if you want to buy it, then you do it here. You select your term, you add to cart, here you go. Okay, and then you're gonna check out. Okay, so that's if you want to buy it. Okay, so you have that option as well. What are all these? Okay, let me close all of these because I have more windows open, and that could be affecting me. Okay, so let me go in there. Or let's say you don't have any money right now, okay? Which some of us you're not gonna get your financial aid till maybe a week or two after school starts. So if you don't have the money right now, that's perfectly fine. What Syngage does is Syngage gives students a free 2-week trial period, and those 2 weeks, either your financial money kicks in, or you get paid from your work, or whatever the case might be. So you register an access code here. If you want to purchase it online, then you do it here. If you just want to use the free trial period, just open the course, okay? And that gives you 2 free weeks, okay, during a regular semester. Now, you're going to see 3 tabs, okay? You're going to have one for your assignments, one for your grades, and one for your study tools. You can click anything you want. You're not going to break it. Now under my assignments, when you click on it, you're going to see the assignments that are available. Okay, I'm recording this orientation before the semester is starting, so I don't have any assignments to show, but I can see all of my assignments. Okay, these are all the assignments that I'm going to complete during the semester for this particular class. Okay, I have the assignment name, the due dates for my assignments, when they become available. So you see the first assignments will become available on August the 26th, which is the first day of class. Okay, how many attempts you have? You have 2 attempts. Okay, and then you have your how long it's going to take you to complete your assignments. Your homework, it's unlimited. Your quizzes, you have 60 minutes. Okay, as you're completing your assignments, the score will populate. Okay, so this is where the assignments, and when you're getting ready to click or take an assignment, you can just click on it and it'll take you to the assignment when it becomes available. You can only complete the assignments that are available. So for week 1, you can only complete chapter 15. Okay, you cannot get ahead. You have to stay within the rhythm of the class. Only what is available or due for that particular week. Okay, so that is what's going to happen. In a little bit, I'll show you how the assignments look. But first, I just want to show you the 3 tabs. Then you have your grades. You're going to have a list of all of your assignments, the submissions, once you start taking your assignments, how long did it take you to complete your assignments, and the grade that you got. Okay, this is going to start populating as you complete your assignments. And then we have the study tools. Okay, in the study tools, you'll have access to the ebook. Okay, if you want to look at the electronic book, just click there. There's other tools available. Please feel free to click on all of these links so you can become familiar with them. Nothing will happen. I'm going to go over the ebook because that's very important. That way you're able to read. But that's basically all I'm going to go over. There's other resources available to you here. Like I said, make sure that you do read them or you go through them. That way you become familiar. But for me, the most important thing is the ebook because that's where you're going to be reading the information to be able to complete your assignments. Okay? So it's loading. Okay? So here you have all of the textbook chapters. You can select the chapter that you're going to be covering or reading. It's going to load. And then you can start reading. Okay? You scroll all the way to the bottom. Once you reach the bottom, then there's this arrow button. You can just move to the next page. Okay? Now, all of you should know how to read by now. But I know some of us sometimes are tired or we're having problems or we can't focus or concentrate. Now, SingGage provides you with a reader. Okay? So if you want to sit on your couch and have this computer read to you, you can do that. There's this little man or this person like speaking. If you click on it, it'll read to you.
Summary. The transactions of math solutions are summarized in Exhibit 5. Each transaction is identified by letter, and the balance of each accounting equation element is shown after every transaction.
So if you see here, it reads to you and it highlights to you where it's reading. So it's very convenient. I've had students that have a disability where they're blind, they can't see. This is perfect for them because you know what? They can listen to someone reading the textbook for them. Okay? So if you have a disability to where you can't see very well, or you just have problems concentrating or focusing on a specific, or you have dyslexia, or whatever the case might be, or just want someone to read over it. What I recommend is that you read it and then you review it the second time with the reader on. That way the information can settle in. But this resource is available to you here. You can highlight, you can write notes on your textbook here. We've got a glossary with all of the terms for the chapter, and we have flashcards that can help you prepare for, you can flip the card and it gives you the definition of the particular word. Okay, so it's all of these are wonderful resources that you can utilize. Okay, so feel free to navigate through Cengage. Those 3 tabs are provided there. You're not going to break anything. Just click on it. Okay. Now, I'm going to exit here and I'm going to go in as myself, as a teacher. That way I can show you some assignments, how they're going to look, okay? So, every time you want to go into the class, you can either access it through here, through the Start Here page, or you can go into your SingGage folder and you can access it through here. Okay, either way, it'll take you to the class. Just make sure that you click that button that has the blue circular icon. Okay. Now, I'm going to quickly go over the structure of your homework assignments. Okay. So I'm going to open up a homework. I'm going to do chapter 17 homework here, and I'm going to preview it as a student. So this is how you would see your homework. Okay. So you're going to be giving instructions. It's telling you that you're doing your chapter 17 homework. You're taking the first take of 2. So you have 2 tries, and it's giving you the due date. This is a homework assignment. There's a difference. Homework is the problems. This is where you're going to work out your problems. Quizzes is where you're going to be learning kind of like the definition stuff. Okay. So this is more hands-on. Okay. So when you're ready, you just start the assignment. By this point, you should have already read the chapter, okay? Reviewed the PowerPoint, so you should have a feel for what's going on, okay? Now, in this particular chapter, or this particular problem, I'm sorry, it's telling you that the information being provided has to do with chapter objective 1 and 3. So if you feel that you need to go back and review them, you just click on the link and it'll take you back so you can reread these sections, okay? That's available to you here. It's telling you these are the pages of the textbook you should be focused on to complete this problem. Now, you read the problem and you're not sure what to do. Okay? Now, most of the problems, not all of them, but the great majority of them are going to have a video. A show me how video. If you click on it, another window is going to open with a short video. Okay?
In this video,
it's going to explain it to you.
Factory overhead rate, prepare an entry for applying factory overhead, and determine the factory overhead account balance. The problem provides us with the estimated factory overhead cost and direct labor cost.
So this is what the little video shows you. So you just listen to the video, follow along, and it provides you an example on how to complete something similar to what you have. So I recommend that you listen to these videos to help. Okay? Oh my God, I exited. Did I? Let me see. Oh, here I am. Okay. So you have this short video here. You also have a calculator. Okay? And I've also allowed you to print it. A lot of students are more of the old-fashioned way where they need to do it in paper and pencil. That's perfectly fine. If you can print it, you can work it out in a piece of paper and then just go back and enter the answers here. If you find any errors in the problem, you can just click this button, report it, and then the technicians will review your work and get back with you, okay? So, you're going to go ahead and you're going to complete the problem, okay? Now, I'm not going to go over reading all of this stuff. I'm just going to show you, you're going to enter information. I'm just going to put whatever, okay? Whatever the case might be. I don't know what I'm doing here, okay? Just bear with me, just so I can show you here how you would be entering the information. Okay, so I'm done with the problem. Now, I just click whatever. But, assuming that you took the time and you figured it out, you're done with it. Now, I want to know if the system, if I did it right or if I did it wrong. Okay? If you see down here, it says 3 more check my works. Okay? What this tells you is you can check your work 3 times. Okay? So, I'm going to check my work, and you see, I got everything wrong. Okay? So, what's going to happen now is I can go back in there and I can make some corrections. So, I know here that I put a credit, so then it needs to be a debit. I over-applied, so now I know it's under-applied. And now I need to resolve this information. And I don't know what I'm doing here, okay? I'm just going to reattempt it here, whatever. Just so you can see what happens the second time that you do it, okay? Okay? So I went back and I reread and I reorganized myself, and now I'm trying it again. Okay, I updated all of the fields that I got wrong. Okay, and I'm going to check my work again. Okay, okay, now I got this one right and I got this one right. The rest are still wrong. Okay, so you go back and you try it again. Now it tells you you have one more try left. Okay, so we need to go back and we need to give it another try, and I'm not gonna focus on solving it here. I'm just gonna put whatever, just so I can show you you know, the revision here that you have to do. Okay, so now this is the third try. Okay, you have one more check my work. This is the last time you have to check your work, and you're done. So basically at this point in time, I've gotten all of these sections wrong. I've only gotten these two right, but I can't check my work anymore. Okay, so what does that mean? You're done. This problem is done. You got what you got. You're gonna have to move on to the next problem. Okay, you move on to the next problem and you complete the next problem. Okay, for each problem you have three tries. Okay, so once again, complete the entire problem. Once you're done, you check your work 3 times, and then you move on to the next one. Okay, just make sure that you review the ebook. If there's a video tutorial, listen to it. You've got the calculator, you can print it or report content. Okay, now this is the homework assignment. This is not timed. You can take as long as you want doing your homework. Okay, so let's say, for example, you're working on your homework, something comes up and you need to close it out. Okay, do not leave it open, because if you leave it open, you're gonna lose your work. So I need to close this out because I need to go make dinner. Okay, I'm gonna click the button that says here save and exit. Okay, what that's gonna do is gonna save everything that you've done so far, and it's gonna exit it. Okay, if you're working on a problem and you want to email me a picture of it, you know, you have a question on something, you can just click this button that says email instructor. I'll get an email with your question. You get to type your question, and I get a picture of what you're looking at. Now, very important, if you're emailing me through here, make sure that you have a correct email setup, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to respond to your email. And many times students, I don't know what emails that they put there, when I respond, the email comes back undeliverable because the email does not exist. Okay, make sure that if you're using this function, the email that you have set up in your account is correct. If you're unsure about the email, contact Cengage support and, you know, ask them what email account you have in file. That way I can be able to respond to your email. Okay, once you're done with all of the 6 questions or the number of questions that you have, you can submit your assignment for grading. Once you click this button, it's going to give you a grade. Okay, it's asking you, are you sure? Yes. Submit it. Okay, it's going to give you your grade. Okay, I've got a 4% on my homework. Okay, at that point, you can go ahead and retake the assignment, or you can study, go back and reread, and then take it again. Okay, so that is how your homework is structured. For your homework, you have 3 tries. Now, very clear. I give you 3 tries on your homework. When it comes test time, you're not going to have 3 tries. By the time you get to the test, you should know how to complete these problems. Okay? So in your test, you will not have 3 tries. Okay? That is only available for your homework. Okay? Because in your homework, I want you to practice and prepare. That way you can be ready for when you take your test. Okay? So the 3 attempts or the 3 check my works are only available in your homework. Okay? Okay? Now your quiz. When you're looking at a quiz, the quizzes are timed. Okay? Here it's telling you this is the first take of 2. Okay? You have 1 hour to take the test. Okay? It tells you there how long you have to take the test. So once you click the Start Test Now button, the time starts running. Okay? So click on the Start Now test, and depending on the class that you're taking, Now, this one, for example, has 7 questions. Now, for you to be able to answer these questions, you have to view a short video. Okay? So you view the video.
A process manufacturer produces products that are indistinguishable from each other using a continuous.
Okay? So you view or listen to the video, and then you can go and answer the questions. Okay? And then you select the correct answer. Okay? So depending on the class that you're taking, this could be multiple choice questions, this could be fill in the blank questions, matching, a variety of questions. Okay? So it depends. Okay? But just know that for quizzes, you are timed. You have 30 minutes. You do not have a check my work. Your answer is what you select. You cannot save your work. If you started, you have to finish the quiz. So once you're done here, you can either choose to email me for whatever reason you want to email me, or once you're done with all of the questions, you just submit the grade for testing. Okay? So very different here than your homework. This is more understanding the concepts of the chapter being covered. Okay? So here you don't have an option to save it. You just complete each of the questions, and then you just submit the test for grading. Okay? And then it'll give you your grade. I got a 0 because I didn't answer any questions. Okay? So that is how, the assignments, this is how the assignments look on Cengage. Okay? So that is basically it. As you're completing your assignments, then your grades are going to start populating in your gradebook. I'm not a student, so I don't have a gradebook. Basically, all of your information flows into mine. Okay, that was just for illustration purposes that I showed you. But that is how you access or how you navigate through Cengage. You only have 3 buttons. If you don't want to go through all of that, just go straight to the assignments from here. Go to Cengage and then find the assignment that you want to complete, and it'll take you, just click on the link and it'll take you over to the assignment that you must complete. Okay? So that basically summarizes a little bit of an overview of how to navigate Blackboard, as well as how to navigate Syngage. If you run across any issues or problems, just let me know. But do know that if you ask me a question that I've answered in my orientation or that I have available in my Start Here tab, I will not give you the answer. I will direct you back so you can read it or look for the information. Okay? There's a lot of information here. Take the time. Take that hour and a half to review the information in the Start Here tab. Review the information in your syllabus, print it out, have it handy, and start working on your assignments. Create your account in Cengage and start working on your assignments. Do not fall behind. Okay? Key to success is to stay organized and stay on top of all of your assignments. I am Ms. Mercado, and I am very, very honored and happy to be your instructor for fall 2019. I look forward to a great semester, and if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to me. I hope I get to meet you all either in person, over the phone, or via message, whatever works for you. I'm here to help you in what I can. Have an awesome semester. See you later.